Are you a guy that reads into any of the analytics that are out there and follow any of that stuff, or are you more someone that just goes by what you see?
No, analytics is where we're going. I'm very interested in it. It's very intriguing. Why I have an analytical mind, I have no idea, but I do. And you can't overvalue it, but you also, in my mind, you can't use it. It's going to become more and more and more valuable, I think, in all sports. And it's another tool. Why not use every tool available to you? You still need eyes on hockey players. You need that. I don't think that'll ever change. But the analytics it's I wouldn't say it's a huge part, but it's a very it's going to get bigger and bigger, and I'm interested in it. It intrigues me.
You say this is a dream job. Is there pressure now on you? Do you feel that being in this market where fans want a cup so bad? Do you extra pressure?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if you can be a player, you can certainly handle the pressure of this. I think I welcome it. I know I have a big responsibility, and I'll do everything I can to do the best job I can do. And again, I think the connection with the Flyers is it makes it more special, and there's nothing more I'd rather do than win a Stanley Cup here in Philadelphia.
When you look back on this year, what's your opinion of this first year, how the team did, how everything went?
Well, I think it was a good year. I mean, you make the playoffs. I think it's hard to make the playoffs nowadays. You know, you get 16 teams. It used to be 21 teams, 16 made the playoffs, and you had to be really bad not to. And now it's a battle. It really is. And there's no gimme games. Every game's a hard game, and it's hard every night. And so we made the playoffs this year. I mean, I guess the disappointing thing for me this year is we could have won the first round. I don't feel like we got beat. I feel like we lost it. So we were capable of winning it, and we didn't. And we have to be better. We have to find ways to, the second period probably of Game 7 there was a good example of parts of our season. You can't have that big a letdown for a whole period or most of a period. Obviously, you're not going to be totally on top of your game every night or every period, but you got to find ways to be better. You can't accept, having a period that we're a bad hockey team. We've got to push every night and be a good team every period.
What areas do you think the team needs improvement? Is it on speed, battle on corners, or just in general terms?
Well, there's a lot of little things that we'll look at moving forward here. Again, I really like the upside of our young forwards. I think, can we add speed? Yeah, we can add speed. Can we add skill? Yeah, probably. I think our team's skilled enough. I guess the one thing I'll be looking at is the fit with our forwards. Does everything fit together? Do we have the best fit for player X and player Y? So I'll be looking hard at that. I think on defense we've got a couple guys that are getting older, so we've got to take a peek at that as well. We do have 3 good young defensemen coming right now that we're real excited about. We also can't rush the process with these guys. They're young people and they're young players, and we can't just throw them in the lineup and expect them to make us a better team. So that'll all shake out at training camp and throughout the year. But the one thing I'm not in favor of is rushing young players. Sometimes one step is better at a time than 2. So again, we got the pieces coming on the back end, so we got to be careful not to move them for older players. I don't see it happening. So I like our team. I think the team's in a good spot, and quite honestly, I think I'm taking over at a good time.
Is Kimo a guy you'd like to re-sign if he decides to return and he wants to return?
Well, we talked to Kimo the other day, and we'll wait and see where he comes back to us, and we get the cap issue and everything else. But yeah, on the face of it, we'd like to have Kimo back. He's a smart player. He's a good player, and he's a good example for our young people as well.
You've been asked about the contracts before, but you did say that a lot of your guys are already locked up to pretty long deals. Does that make it tougher in a sense that you don't have some of the flexibility if you were inheriting a team that's way below the cap? I mean, you have guys that are locked up for a long time now.
Well, I mean, a lot of the guys that we got locked up are young players, so that's great. They're guys locked up that maybe don't fit with us, maybe. I mean, you look again. We were a pretty good team this year with the team we had, so we should be better next year just from within. Just with all our young players getting better, we don't have a lot of old guys that are going to take a step back. So we should be better just from within. But if in saying that, if we can find a deal out there that one player is a better fit than a guy we got, we'll look at everything.